and welcome to your Thursday One show live on BBC Two, and I'm playing with Alex Jones.
And hello to Roman Kemp. Nice to have you back. How have you been?
Yeah, very well, thank you very much. Although I feel today there's a lot of Ronan in this show, so it could get a little bit complicated.
And you know what I'm like with words and names. So Roman's here. Ronan's on tour at the moment, but we've kept him working hard for us because later on we'll see the brilliant moment he surprises Catherine Bowman, the founder of an incredible food bank initiative in Liverpool, with one big thank you right in the middle of one of his concerts. It's great, isn't it?
Is there a Catherine Bowman in the audience? Come on down here, Catherine.
To say she looks shell-shocked is an understatement. It works like a dream.
I love
It's
that.
brilliant.
Hold me drink.
Yeah.
Ronan wants me on stage.
Oh, I can.
And with the cost of living going up and up, we do meet the young people who have chosen to move in with their parents or grandparents to help make ends meet.
But first, let's meet tonight's guest. Now, one is known for his comedy films like Shaun of the Dead, his sci-fi travels in Star Trek, and his action moves in the Mission Impossible franchise.
Yes, and our other guest is 1/4 of the award-winning British pop soul band JLS. But tonight, he'll be sharing his latest solo single with us. Please welcome Simon Pegg and Aston Merrygold.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Aston, then.
Yes.
Now then, you were due to get married, weren't you? Before
Yes.
2020, before everything kicked off.
Yep.
Are the plans back in the fray now? What's going on? Where are we there with it?
Do you know what? I've literally just come from Leeds right now. We've had our tasting, loads of wine, loads of like food, lovely, yeah, amazing. So we're back on track.
When's it happening?
I can't tell you that.
Oh!
Say it again. When's it
That's your watch giving you a politician's answer. Sorry, didn't catch that. Moving
Exactly.
on.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that.
Simon as
But
well.
soon.
Soon.
Very good, yeah.
Simon, I'm right in thinking that you're about to start filming on the new Mission Impossible film. We've got one coming out next year, and
Yeah.
the one after that is one you're filming.
Yes.
So is that underway yet, or that's coming quite soon?
We're shooting 2 of them back to back. So Dead Reckoning Part 1 will be out next year, and we're just about to start Dead Reckoning. In fact, I think they started yesterday shooting Dead Reckoning Part 2. So it's a big old task, but
Yeah.
you know.
2 back to back.
Not just 2 back to back, but it's 2 films back to back, which, you know, you all do your own stunts in these movies.
Yes.
Any broken bones on the horizon, do you reckon?
Not for me. I generally I'm like a human GPS. That's my job. I just say go left, go right. That's what I say. No, we're all rigorously trained. When it comes to any stunt, we have, you know, there's no frivolous kind of like just go do it kind of stuff. We're all looked after and taken care of. Don't worry.
Amazing.
Great. Well, we're going to be hearing all about Aston's new single and chatting to Simon here about his new drama very soon. And if you would like to join the conversation, well, you can do it in all of the usual ways. Now, it feels as if everything is going up at the moment, doesn't it? The cost of holidays, petrol, energy. So no wonder many young people feel they have little choice but to live in the family home a bit longer.
Yeah, now, in my mind, it's a no-brainer, especially if you can get dinner and laundry thrown in. It would be pretty good. So here are 2 families dishing the dirt on how they've been coping with their living arrangements. Across the UK, the number of young adults living at home is rising. Roughly 3.5 million are currently living in the family home. We're keen to find out about 2 Welsh families whose kids have returned.
Hi, I'm Chloe, I'm 24 and I live in Llanelli with my dad.
Hi, I'm Morgan, I'm 24. I live in Skewin in South Wales with my grandparents.
We've split the young adults from the rest of the family to see what they've got to say about each other.
Well, this should be interesting.
First up, what led Chloe and Morgan to move in with the family?
I moved back home about 3 months ago. Me and my partner were living in a flat in the centre of Cardiff. We didn't really factor in all the other bills. We just kind of saw the rent and was like, yeah, we can do that. And then everything else came in and we were like, yeah, no, this is not going to be possible.
When I left university, my grandparents went on holiday and they asked me to dog sit for 2 weeks. And I never really left. 3 years later, I'm still here.
It's wrong that the kids these days have got to live with their grandparents because of the cost of living.
And this trend could continue to grow as the cost of living crisis deepens. So, are there any do's and don'ts from our families?
I get bathroom priority. I think I really like a long, hot shower. I like to be in there around 25 to 30 minutes, I suppose.
Yeah, we do try to get in the shower before her or after her. Plan your day around Morgan's shower routine.
Dad gets annoyed that I put on so many washes. You know, you wear an outfit once and you put it in the wash. That's how it is.
I just don't know how someone can do 5 washes in 1 week. And there's like 25, 30 tops on the line.
How does sharing a house with parents impact on their social lives?
My grandparents are really happy with me having my friends over.
It's an open house. They're welcome.
So when friends come over, they do make a mess, I would say, but I try and get the house clean before Dad comes back. It does mean getting up at like 9 a.m. on a hangover, just so I can get the house sorted.
For these families, there are huge benefits to moving back home.
Dad's always been someone that I kind of look up to, and so his opinion and take on things is really important to me. So being able to just speak to him about whatever's going on in my life there and then is great.
When she moved out at 19, I remember dropping her off in university, and when I left her go, it was horrible to see. But it is nice to have her back.
My relationship with my grandparents is fantastic. They're there for me when I need them to be. My gran's there to cook me my food. My granddad makes a cracking cup of tea. It's brilliant, really.
She keeps me young. She'll go, you can't wear that, Gran. That's far too old. She's the same with you, isn't she? Go and change that. You can't wear that.
Yeah, she's your personal makeup artist and my personal wardrobe assistant, I think.
The economy isn't set to recover quickly, so what are the chances that these young people will move out soon?
I'd love to plan to move out. I sometimes start giving myself like a date, but I think that's not realistic anymore because things change so quickly with living costs, house prices, etc.
Yeah, definitely planning to move out at some point. Probably towards the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year. But I'll be honest, I'm in no rush. You know, it's all good. We've got a good situation here.
It's time for the families to reunite.
How did it go? I enjoy having New Year. I don't want you to move out in a rush. Move out when you're ready to.
As much as we've got a good thing going, I can't live here forever.
You're not living here forever, believe me.
So,
I'll move out.
I love you dearly. You're not staying forever, though, you?
But it is nice.
Yeah,
nice
it's good.
convenient.
It's good. Love you.
I do love you, babe, honest, I do.
Oh, see, it's nice.
Yeah, my children literally can stay till they're 40-something. As long as boss.
The problem is that I bought one of my first places and my dad decided to buy a place 2 doors down. Didn't you, Dad? Cheers. Yeah. And you still come over to my house to sneak chocolate without telling Mum. Yeah.
Ah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
See, Martin, you've been rumbled. All right, then, it's good time now to talk to Simon about his new drama, The Undeclared War. It's brilliant. You play the boss of GCHQ. It's all about the cyber world. Things aren't as they seem. Set the scene for us then a bit, Simon.
Yeah, it takes place at GCHQ, which is the kind of less famous intelligence centre of British government. People always think of MI5. GCHQ is the government communications headquarters, and it's where a lot of the cyber defence takes place, and offence if needs be. And the show is about a cyber attack which is launched against the UK, and a young sort of intern called Sarah, played by the brilliant Hannah Khalik-Brown. It's sort of almost her first thing, and she carries the entire show. She's amazing. She spots something in this malware, this virus that is set to go off at a different time, which is even worse than the initial attack. And then suddenly, realizing that there's more to this virus than meets the eye, she sort of gets deeper and deeper, and there's stuff going on in there. It's very scary and totally and utterly based on fact. Which is, I found
that's terrifying.
It is
isn't
extremely scary. There are things that I discovered, because it was meticulously researched by Peter Kuzminski, who is the amazing BAFTA-winning sort of writer-director of the show. He researched it for 5 years, and nothing in the show has not happened or has not been war-gamed as if it is going to happen. And you realise it's similar to the nuclear deterrent, but it's online. And it's scarier because if someone launches a nuclear bomb at you, you know where it's come from. But with a cyber attack, you're not always sure who's attacking you. So retaliating is a very dangerous game. So it's an incredibly tense, beautifully written show, and it was a pleasure to make.
Gosh.
I've scared everybody now. I realise.
Everyone is changing their passwords at home like this.
Yeah, the whole thing that, you know, nothing's not happened before. Anyway, let's get a taste of what it's all about.
We have a serious problem.
Looks like the internet.
Tell me.
It's a cyber attack, and it's very dangerous.
I might have found something.
You have to stop it before it activates.
This is an act of war.
We need to hit back in a language they understand.
If we do this, we're into a cycle of escalation and a catastrophic loss of life.
Think outside the box.
We're being played.
Make no mistake, we are under attack.
Ooh, very, very tense. I mean, Simon, you called this a glorious challenge, the role. What does that mean?
Well, I was delighted to get offered the role because obviously I come from having done sort of mainly comedy, not always, but I'm generally thought of as someone who does comedy. And so for Peter Kosminski to sort of like take a punt on me as a dramatic actor, because the show is, you know, it's very dramatic, was I was really sort of flattered by that, and I relished it. I trained to be an actor, not just a funny guy. So it was. If you are expecting me to make a joke in the show, you'll be very disappointed.
Hey, well, I mean, that show, you're obviously, you know, flexing your acting skills as a human, but you're also flexing your acting skills as an animal in Luck, the new animated movie that you're doing for Apple TV.
Yeah.
Now, you are starring alongside Jane Fonda, Whoopi Goldberg. You're playing a cat called Bob.
I am. I'm playing a good luck cat.
Oh, look! Look at little Bob.
I mean, is this a less strenuous role, as you would say, at GCHQ? Or, I mean, all in all, it's quite tough, isn't it?
Well, voice acting is exhausting because you have to put every element of your performance goes into your voice. This was done during COVID, so I was able to work from home. They came and they set the studio at my house, which meant that I could go to work without wearing any trousers.
Oh, great.
Perfect.
Beforehand, I'd always get into trouble for, but in this, because I was at my house, it was absolutely fine. So, yeah, it's a really fun movie. Yeah, Whoopi and Jane Fonda, and it's a great cast and completely daft.
Yeah.
It's very sweet, but the cat, Bob, we saw there, has got a Scottish accent.
He
now,
has.
what did your wife, being Scottish, make of this Scottish accent? Did it pass the test?
I'm always sort of kept in check by my Scottish family. Half of my family is Scottish, because, as you say, my wife's Scottish. They're always very forgiving, do you know what I mean? They're always really helpful, and they teach me things that I can't really say in films. Like there's words that they want me to say and include that wouldn't be suitable for children. But I think they approve generally of the accent.
That's good.
That's good. It's quite a high bar to meet, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll get in big trouble.
Aston, I have to ask, mate. I mean, I know you're a big film fan as well. You've done some acting in the past, but I mean, look, film-wise, I mean, if you could take any of the movies that Simon starred in, which role would you want to take on? Are you more of a Shaun of the Dead or are you a Mission Impossible person?
I mean, the action of Mission Impossible is really appealing, but Shaun of the Dead is definitely one of my favourite. It's so funny.
Oh, thanks.
Like, ridiculously funny.
Big comedy, is it?
Yeah, I just feel like that, that must have just been so much fun to film. Like, that must have been ridiculously good, right?
It was fun. It was like our first thing, and we were quite naive, and I think that kind of powered us along in a way. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun, killing zombies.
There you go. Aston Merrygold, killing zombies.
Now you've gone down the very serious route, but it's excellent. Thank you so much, Simon. The Undeclared War starts tonight at 9 o'clock on Channel 4 and on All 4.
Yeah, now still to come tonight, we'll be hearing Aston's new song for the summer. But first, it's that special time of the week where we surprise someone with a one big thank you.
Yeah, tonight's local hero is Catherine Bowman, teacher by day and super volunteer in her spare time. Here are her friends and colleagues to explain exactly why she is so deserving.
Catherine came up with the idea with a couple of others. They saw all the food that was going to waste and they wanted to do something about it.
School teacher Catherine started her Liverpool Zero Waste project from her kitchen a year ago. She wanted to save groceries that would otherwise have gone out of date and been thrown away and distribute them to key workers and people in need.
I've never come across many people with the energy and drive that Catherine has to help other people.
Fired by Catherine's dedication, it's blossomed into a huge operation with an army of 100 volunteers collecting food from across Liverpool. To date, they've saved more than 415 tonnes of food from landfill and are feeding 1,700 families a week.
And it's not about the poverty, it's more about the dignity. You're saving food from going to landfill, thus saving the planet. So it takes all the shame off people.
Catherine's kept the project going despite losing her beloved dad, John, to COVID in November.
Her dad was one of the founders of the charity with her. She feels like she's keeping his legacy going as well by each store we get, the bigger we get, it's like he'd be there and he'd be smiling next to her.
Ah, he certainly would. What a really special lady. So to surprise Catherine, we sent her to a certain One Show presenter's live tour. Life really can be a roller coaster.
This is the Liverpool Philharmonic Hall, the latest stop on the UK tour of our very own Ronan Keating and the venue for tonight's surprise. We've set up cameras to film everything that happens. And here comes Catherine. She's been spun a line that her husband Dave has won free tickets to the gig, and they're making a family outing of it, bringing along their children Samuel and Emily Grace, who are also in on the plan. Ronan's going to make sure it's a night she'll never forget.
There's a few people out there waiting to see me, but I've got a very special message that I want to deliver to one person in particular. Catherine, watch this space. Showtime, let's go.
The place is rocking and Catherine doesn't suspect a thing. But her night is about to take an unexpected turn.
A moment of your time, please, Liverpool. I'd like to throw spotlight on somebody in particular in the audience tonight. Yes, somebody very important. Is there a Catherine Bowman in the audience?
Catherine's stunned and not quite sure if Ronan means her.
Come on down here, Catherine. If I can ask you to come on stage for a second, come on down here. Catherine Bowman, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Catherine. It's lovely to meet you. Can I give you a hug? Now, how did you come to be here tonight?
Apparently, my husband won some tickets on Radio Merseyside that he doesn't even listen to. And then we come today.
Okay, so bet you're not really a fan.
On my days, who told you that?
The reason I've invited you up here is very special because I do sing a little bit, but I'm on a TV show on the BBC during the week called The One Show. Well, every Thursday, we like to do something we call a one big thank you. And tonight, Catherine, on behalf of The One Show, we would all like to say a one big thank you to you.
The crowd's loving it, but Catherine is finding it hard to take in.
Her day job, she's a school teacher and she runs a household, a family, but there's a lot of food that goes to waste every day in any city. And what Catherine and all the other volunteers at Liverpool Zero Waste, what they do is they collect that food and give it to families that don't have food. It's incredible. It's remarkable what you do. Now, the surprise does not stop there because I've got a little bit more. We've got a seat for you over there. Enjoy the rest of the show and I'll see you backstage afterwards. Congratulations. See you in a minute.
Catherine gets to sit backstage for the rest of the show. And then, once Ronan's wrapped up,
thank you!
He goes to meet her for the finale of her roller coaster ride.
Oh, congratulations. How are you feeling?
A bit weird, to be fair.
Yeah?
Yeah, but no, it's good. It's good.
That's okay. Well, the surprise is not over yet.
Right.
I've got one little surprise left for you now.
Right.
Okay, here we go.
A crowd of Catherine's friends and family has gathered backstage.
Catherine, here are a few more people that would like to say one big thank you to you.
Congratulations, Catherine, for your nomination. Well deserved. Couldn't happen to a better person. Yay! What an incredible project you have done, stopping the waste and give it to the people who really need it.
Hi Catherine, just wanted to let you know how immensely proud of you we are. You've really shown the difference that one person can make. You've built a real community across the city of Liverpool, and not to mention the environmental impact of saving tons and tons of perfectly good food from just being thrown in the bin.
Thank you for all your hard work and everything you do with Liverpool Zero Waste. Through you, we are able to help so many more people through all your hard work, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Catherine. Everything you do is so inspirational.
And celebrity chef and fellow Merseysider Paul Hollywood wanted to send Catherine his good wishes.
Catherine, I mean, what an incredible initiative and idea you have to stop the waste and give it to the families that really need it. That needs a big pat on the back. I'd obviously give you a handshake, but you're not here. Well done, Catherine. Keep up the good work.
How are you feeling?
Oh, it's a bit mad life.
Are you a fan now? Will you come to more concerts, please?
Brilliant job by Ronan. And Ronan's tour continues until next week. Actually, we're having a little outing. Never go out anymore. Going to see him at London Hammersmith next week. I think there's still tickets. I don't know if you're fast.
Can he get up on stage?
Well, if he calls me out, yeah. You know what I mean? Life is a roller coaster. If you know somebody, anybody who deserves a one big thank you, then email us at onebigthankyou@bbc.co.uk and tell us why they're so special. We'll surprise them.
Yes, indeed. Now, someone else who I'm sure will be hitting that stage very soon, Aston Merrygold. You've got your new solo single out tomorrow. Yes. Now, it's called How Many Times? It wasn't... I thought the question earlier on was, you got a new single out, how many times? How many times? How many times are we going to go around this? But no, I mean, it's a really fun pop summer anthem. I mean, what was the idea behind it?
To be honest, it's when I say this, everyone kind of goes, is this because of what happens at home? But no, it's basically based on an argument, but in a very good way, a positive spin. Social media is the bane of a lot of relationships, I think, and when being in the studio, it's a bit like, why not write a love song that's basically like, don't worry about social media, let's just worry about me and you, I love you, you love me, don't worry about the whole cyber hacking. Yeah. You never know.
100%. No, definitely, mate. Look, let's take a listen, and I believe this is an exclusive play of How Many Times. Indeed.
So many chicks I let go for you. So many chicks I let go for you. So many chicks I let go for you.
So, the obvious next question is, where's the album?
Being finished. I know everyone kind of always says, I'm doing it, but it is actually being finished finally. It's been so long working in this studio, in a dark room, just kind of going, come on, which one? I'm just like, do you know what? I love this song, I love this one, I've got to finish this. And it's done. I'm putting it to bed, yeah.
Be honest, it's that whole time that you've been having to do the tour with JLS, and now you're finally like, oh, lads, go away. Go away. Marvin, I don't want to do a duet, Marv. Please. I mean, look, speaking of the JLS lads, any more future plans with the boys?
Oh, mate, definitely. I think for us, like, the door is now always open again. It's like, we had so much fun on this tour. Yeah. I think you came and supported us on one of the gigs and did the...
It was crazy.
Just nuts. And not that we forgot about, you know, the experiences that we always had on tour and, you know, running around the world, but it's just been the best. So we're like, right, doors open, WhatsApp groups there, who's first to kind of message you go, when are we doing a show again? Should we do another?
It is a joke. So, as you said, I don't know if you know, I supported JLS on tour.
You just mentioned it, yeah.
But I did... I did try and bring out some stuff from the boys' dressing rooms out to the crowd.
Like what?
Oh my gosh!
And literally, like, the's not really, they haven't really got a great rider these days because they're, you know, all dads now. Yeah, exactly. So I just picked up Aston's toilet roll from his dressing room and just went out there and said, who wants Aston Merrygold's toilet roll? People are screaming, they're pushing each other out of the way. One girl's going, ah! So yeah.
See, that's the power of Aston.
Yeah. He just TP'd our audience, though, was what he's saying. He's just gone, launched it.
Well, I tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to rewind the clock a little bit, Aston, because you owe your career to your mum. And there was this lovely moment. Talk about your first television appearance.
Yeah, all down to her. I think that's probably why I'm sitting here. But my first television appearance on Stars in Their Eyes Kids. Yeah, that was
look at him. You could eat him, couldn't you? He's so lovely.
Yeah, that's down to my mum. She literally bought me this karaoke machine and was like, oh, it records and you should just record this song for me. Anyway, ended up recording a few of these Michael Jackson songs and she's just sent it off to Stars in the Rise Kids. Next thing I know, I'm doing that and dressed up and yeah.
So good, man.
Yeah, good. Very good.
No, thanks, Mum. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, I mean, in that clip, I mean, you look like Michael Jackson, you sound like Michael Jackson, but I mean, you only came second, though.
Yeah, you sound like Lil Walsh there as well.
Yeah.
You did, actually.
You only came second in the show. I don't understand.
know, but the girl that won, she was Eva Cassidy, and she was incredible.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, fair enough. So, Simon, now then you were at Glastonbury.
I was.
And you made this announcement, well, not announcement, yeah, announcement, we'll call it an announcement, that you're into boy bands. But not so much JLS, but BTS.
Oh, right, okay. Where you going with that?
And JLS.
I have a daughter, Tilly. She's 13 tomorrow. Happy birthday, Till. She's very much into K-pop. She knows her K-pop inside out. She sat me down. She knows I'm a bit of a grumbly old indie kid. You know what I mean? I'm a bit of an old rocker. And she said, "Listen to this," and I listened to it, and it was really great. So when we took her to see them recently, and we got to meet them, and I was as starstruck as she was.
I love that. But am I right in thinking your daughter has trumped a lot of things that any of us in this room have done? She's helped headline Glastonbury.
She did. Yes, she did. In 2016, she sang with Coldplay. Oh my God, she looks so different there. With Chris's kids, and she's
oh, look at her.
She's going to be so
It's amazing.
She's going to be so annoyed that it's on the TV. Yeah, my biggest achievement at my first Glastonbury in 1987 was not going to the toilet for 3 days. Her first Glastonbury, she headlined. I mean, you know.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go from there, isn't there? That's it. Well, before we go, we'd like to thank everybody who's been sending in pictures of their gardening efforts at home after we launched our Sow, Grow and Show initiative with Radio 2. We'd love to see more, so if you're proud of your homegrown fruit, your large cucumbers, your veg or your flowers, and are keen to show them off, please do get in touch.
That's all we've got time for tonight. Thank you to all of our guests.
I'll be back tomorrow with Rylan, and we'll be joined by Ava Max and John Waite.
Have a lovely rest of your evening. That is it from us. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.